Well, EFF leader Julius Malema has blamed President Cyril Ramaphosa's administration for the killing of the 2 South African soldiers in the DRC. He cites a lack of funding and proper training for members of the South African National Defence Force. Malema has also called for the nearly 3,000 battalion to be flown back home from the Central African nation. Newsroom Africa's Junior Kumalo has this story.
Our army can't look after cabbages.
EFF leader Julius Malema has called on the government to recall what he has described as an ill-trained and under-equipped 2,900 South African National Defence Force members deployed in the DRC this week. His call comes after 2 soldiers deployed to the Central African country were killed in a mortar attack and 3 others were wounded.
South African deployment of soldiers to DRC is out of order. It must be withdrawn with immediate effect. Not that South Africa is not supposed to deploy in DRC. We're supposed to deploy in DRC and be in the forefront. We just don't have the army.
Malema cited a lack of adequate training and resources as possibly having led to the inability of the SANDF members to defend their base.
The ANC has collapsed the army. That's why in the manifesto of the EFF we say we will finance the army and make sure that it's properly trained and the necessary equipment needed for the success of the army.
The leader of the Red Berets was addressing members of the media on Thursday following his party's election manifesto launch over the weekend. He lauded the launch as a huge success, particularly the party's ability to draw mostly young people to the sizable Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban. Malema has, however, bemoaned President Cyril Ramaphosa's delay in proclaiming this year's election date. He suggested that the delay was meant to give the ANC, which has been experiencing an electoral decline, more time to get its house in order ahead of the polls.
We reiterate the call for Cyril Ramaphosa to announce the election date, as his delay will not save him from his inevitable removal from office.
The EFF leader also took the opportunity to reveal that as his party heads into its own internal elections in December, he would again avail himself for a 3rd term. For Newsroom Africa, on Channel 405, I'm Junior Kumalo in Johannesburg.